Vergil Ortiz versus Michael Mckinson. It's official. Before I get more into the video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more boxing and please hit that like button. It helps out the video, it helps out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. So 12 rounds in the welterweight division to take place on the 19th of March, March 19, 2022, live on the zone at a location yet to be determined. Most likely here in the USA, most likely in the West Coast somewhere, either California or possibly even Texas. Anyway, yeah, no surprise that this fight's happening. There was a report sometime within the past month about a potential fight between Ortiz and Mckinson, possibly taking place over in March. Yeah, it was a report saying that they have agreed on terms to fight each other, I believe. But anyway, Ortiz fighting Mckinson, in my opinion, is a downgrade of a fight. Vergil Ortiz, so those who still don't know who he is one of the rising names in the sport of boxing. If you still don't know who he is, start paying attention now. Undefeated, 23 years old, from Texas, 18-0, 18 wins coming by way of knockout TKO. Yeah, this fight will most likely be in Texas. Just thinking about Vergil Ortiz being from Texas, and with all these COVID restrictions, Texas, they don't really give a shit about COVID. So most likely this event will be over in Texas. Ortiz is coming off a very, very big win against Egidijus Cavaliaskas, and him fighting Michael Mckinson, it really is a step down. Mckinson is, to those who don't know who he is, he's also known as the Problem, from the UK, 27 years old, undefeated, yes, 21-0, 2 wins coming by way of knockout TKO, but he hasn't really, fought anyone that notable. Looking at his resume, he's coming off a win against Runowski. Prior to that, he gave Chris Congo his first loss. I've noticed that a lot of people are saying that he's a slick fighter that might give Vergil Ortiz problems, but he hasn't really fought anyone, at least on the level that Vergil Ortiz has been fighting at this past couple years, at least in my opinion. Anyway, a little bit more about Mckinson. He is ranked number 4 by the WBO. Yeah, this rankings need to be updated because somehow Mikey Garcia is still ranked, but yeah, Michael Mckinson is right there, number 4. In comparison to Vergil Ortiz, Ortiz is ranked number 1 by the WBO, number 4 by the IBF, number 2 by the WBA, and number 1 by the WBC. So Vergil Ortiz is basically just one fight away from fighting for a world title. And in a way, we can just look at this fight as a stay busy fight, this fight between Ortiz and Mckinson, because right now the champions, well, actually, Terence Crawford needs a fight. They should have made this fight against Terence Crawford, because right now Errol Spence and Ugas are busy doing their thing. They'll be fighting sometime in the spring. Terence Crawford will be waiting, so might as well, let's see this fight. A lot of people think it's a little too early for Vergil Ortiz, but when you look at it, maybe it's about time. Test himself, win or lose. If he loses, it's not a bad thing. It's not the end of the world. He can learn from it, improve from it. Heck, it might make him a pound-for-pound king one day just by fighting Terence Crawford and the experience that he will gain fighting Terence Crawford. Look at Canelo. He fought Floyd at the early age of in his early 20s, and look where he's at right now. So why not Terence Crawford versus Ortiz? But here we are talking about this fight instead. If I remember correctly, I think the WBC actually ordered Ortiz versus David Avanesyan to determine the mandatory challenger for Errol Spence. But I guess both of them are not interested in. I mean, I'm sure Avanesyan would love to fight Ortiz, but I guess Golden Boy Promotions are not interested in that fight. Maybe, I don't know. But here we are. This is what we have to deal with on March 19. I've only seen a little footage of Mckinson, and based on what I've seen of him, he's not that bad. I mean, I've seen worse, that's for sure. But man, I'll need to watch a little bit more of him to see if he even has a chance in this fight. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. Alright, thanks.